This is Roppongi Rocks and we are backstage in Tokyo with Biff Byford of Saxon.
We are, yes. Very good to be here.
You're back in Japan after a long time. How does it feel?
Good. Good. We're all a bit jet lagged, but yeah, it's good. Good. And great crowds, great audiences, good shows, Great.
And now it's been 5 decades pretty much since you started what became Saxon in 1975.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still relevant. You're still rocking like, as good as ever. And how do you manage to keep it all going like that?
I think you have to keep trying to write great songs, I think, and not fool yourself into thinking that something's great when it's not. It's quite easy to do that when you've been around a long time. So yeah, I think keeping the quality high, not quantity. Quality is always great. So yeah, always trying to write songs that you like yourself and keep your fingers crossed that people like it as well. So I think, the last 10 years we've had a good roll, had some great albums, and our fan base has changed slightly, younger fan base now, as well as the older fans as well. So we're very lucky to have that, really, to be relevant still.
Yeah.
But I think music's a lot to do with that and our attitude, because we don't give a fuck, basically.
Yeah. Well, we can hear a bit of guitar in the background here. That's Brian Tatler.
He's always rehearsing.
Yeah. What has he brought to the band in the last couple of years?
Oh, great! You've done great. I mean, he wrote a few songs on the last album. Hellfire, Damnation. That's mine and Brian's song. So yeah, he brought. I think with Brian, I think because he's not really had a platform to put his music on. I think he's enjoying himself because he comes from a slightly different mental space, because he's never had as much success as he probably should have had. So he's making up for it now, really.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from the 3 songs that Metallica recorded of theirs, it really, they were going to be big, but they didn't quite have them in 1982.
Did you have any thoughts when you brought him in? Because obviously, he's a cult figure, someone very well respected in the scene. I guess with Pete Gill, you sort of he came from Gary Glitter's band when he joined you back in the day, but he was not at that level before he joined Saxon.
No, I mean, none of us were known before, really. Yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer, really, to ask Brian. Brian was my only choice. There was no. We had a lot of people who wanted to be the guitarist in the band. But I mean, Paul Quinn is a hard act to follow.
Yes.
And you have to have somebody with a bit of a special something there. So it surprised a lot of people, which surprised me because it's a no-brainer, really.
Yeah.
So
it's working out well.
It's gone well, yeah, and he's having a great time, and he plays well with Doug. There's no problem there, so they play well together.
And obviously you mentioned the new album, or the latest album we should say, because it came out last year, Hellfire, Damnation. Is it still important to you to put out new records? Because the latest album was brilliant. I mean, it's on par with some of your classic records.
I think it's always important to try and have a new album to be great, because you're never going to write an album as popular as Wheels of Steel or Denim and Leather, because that's how it was in those days. They're just their classic albums, and the secret is not try to write another Wheels of Steel or Strong Arm the Law. It's just to write where we are now, and it was surprising how big the album was. Actually, it's still selling tons of albums all the time, particularly vinyls. But we've turned into a bit of a streaming band now, so which is quite new for us. But I think that's probably because a lot of younger fans will stream it. Well, they'll buy the vinyl and then they'll stream it as well. So but who cares? It's just get the music. Steal it, borrow it. It makes no difference. Just get hold of it and listen to it.
And I understand you're already working on the next album.
We are. We were actually doing some work on it today. So
And is it you and the whole band, or who's involved in the sort of creative process?
Well, mostly the ideas come from Brian, Doug, and Nibs, musical ideas, and my job is just basic to arrange everything, to write lyrics and come up with the melodies. Just those three things really. But yeah, so I leave it up to the boys to come up with the guitarists, and it's really down to me whether I like them or not. It's just how it is. Which has worked really well for lots of years, so
yeah.
If it's not broke, then don't fix it, is what we say.
Indeed. And you playing your final Japan gig, the third of 3 gigs tonight. What's coming up after the Japan tour?
We've got 3 days off and then we're in South America for, I think, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 3 weeks, 4 years. Feels like when you're flying every day.
Yeah.
Different countries. Yeah, and then we're on the festival circuit then, I think, starting June.
Yeah.
So we're pretty busy.
No rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked. Yeah, so I think we'll probably start recording the next album in November, if everything's ready to go, and possibly finish it in January, so it'll be out next year sometime.
Excellent. We will look forward to it. Thank you very much for speaking to Roppongi Rocks.
No problem. Thank you very much.